Lower bracket final. Who joins the grand final? It would be the back-to-back all Chinese grand final if 120 wins, challenging Fortitude once again, who still remains the king of offline Warcraft. For Soin, it would be his very, very, very first Tier 1 offline grand final. He made it to the semi-final once at Rara, but now he made it one step further into the top 3. Can he perform again? I love to see that we're opening this in style with the Blade Master on Tidehunters. DK Ghouls on the other side. 120 will play this opener pretty much every single map. There's no discussion there. For Soin, lots of discussion for the openers, and this is the first thing that 120 has to identify. What is he up against? Is it a Blade Master? Is it a Farseer? Is it a Fast Tech? Is it Headhunters? Is he going to creep? Is he going to harass? Like, so many questions in an early game on Pro Warcraft nowadays, what the orcs are doing. And then different ways to expand from there. The branches are all out there. Soin could go Mass Air. Soin could go Mass Headhunters. Soin could go Farseer Air. Blade Master Air has made an impact. Then do you pair the Wyvern? Maybe with Spirit Walkers. How do you deal with the ghouls on the ground then? Is a Farseer necessary at some point for the Chain Lightning, or do you find another way? It has become, or it always was, one of the most interesting matchups, but this is quite crazy. There is one crucial moment in these matchups, and that is the tier 2 hero for the undead. If you see that it's Wyvern, you want to go Lich and then later Alchemist. If you see that it's a lot of Headhunters, you want to go Dark Ranger to contest the Headhunters and turn them into skeletons. But you always have to react and have the perfect information to be able to do that. You also got to react to this one. Soin is starting his series like he started all series. Rush across the map, harass your opponent, throw him off, ruin the creep routes. And this is already covering for Soin's tech, which is the fastest tech in the game. Soin decides he doesn't need any units on tier 1. He doesn't want to creep early on. He wants to be disruptive. And then he can still follow it up with either double barracks or double beastery. At the moment, it looks like the Blade Master Mass Wyvern. 120 wants to creep. 120 wants the tempo. The ghouls at the moment, of course, the best unit because it's also the only unit. Next up, Soin is trying to get some last hits in. Oh, that was a bit too early. Ah, he's not satisfied with himself. You saw it on the player cam. He said it before. I need to bring my ultimate A game. I need to be razor sharp. So far, that blade, it's not that sharp. So creeping was a bit delayed. Oh, double claw, by the way. Phenomenal later on. And he also didn't take any ghouls away. So far this early game, very, very standard 120, solid 120. And now the shoe is a bit on the other foot because it's a momentum-based map. Again, we are rushing tier 3. This is the strategy that broke Happy. Just simply rushing tier 3 without a single unit. He got the heroes out, but we're 4 minutes in, 5 minutes in, doesn't have another unit. So far, doesn't need it. That is an incredible amount of map control for 120. He's going to the middle, takes the camp away. There is a specialty for Orc that they have hacks. Oh, did he want to coil that ghoul? Probably. With hacks, they can creep very, very big camps very, very early. Blade Master needs a lot of healing. Do you really want to engage here? Oh, he can't prevent level 3. He can't get that last hit either. This, for now, ladies and gentlemen, is the 120 show. Shadowhunter close to being surrounded, but dances out of it. It is time for the Wyvern to appear ASAP. 120 made the right call. Not thinking that this is Headhunter. This wasn't one of these games where you try to lure your opponent into thinking you play Headhunters and then you go Wyvern to follow up. No. This was pretty straight up and maybe a bit too straight up. The strong Soin moments have yet to come. But it can't help but feel that this is a little bit of a weak early game. Wyvern not coming in, and currently 120 doesn't have that much versus Eer. That's another mantle, by the way. This damage is gonna be unreal. And maybe the game versus Happy told people too much about his strategy. But maybe it's also a bit about execution. Has to spend a lot of hex already to deny last hits. So, and did he blow all the energy in the series versus Starbuck? There's no rush for 120 at the moment. There's no expansion against him. His heroes scale well. We don't have mirror image on Soin's side, by the way. It's just a regular Windwalk. But he can't level, and I think this is the way to punish this ultra greedy build by Soin. Aggression, map control, ghouls, Pearl Nova, skeletons, take it all away. Still going Gargs as the counter to Wyvern. And we need a lot of Wyvern. 120 is contesting this. He's not building too many ghouls. And if 120 allows Soin to creep a little bit, these heroes are crazy. Also, if he's losing track of this army, all of a sudden 6 to 7 Wyvern might be in your base. But let's be honest here, Soin has some catching up to do. Wyvern creep incredibly fast. There's probably no other unit that can creep that fast on tier 2. But Garg numbers are rising, and that is more and more anti-air. We get the defensive mechanisms already with Spirit Towers, Destroyers as well as more anti-air. And then it's about detonating Bat Riders into Gargs. Who wins the air battle? Because heroes won't decide the game for Soin. Not yet. The items don't really provoke that. The skill builds don't really provoke that. And this Lich is a beast. Alchemist it is. Classic. For a long time it was Farseer into Wyvern, now it's Blade Master into Wyvern. Didn't hit the momentum yet. Off we go. Shop up for grabs without an orb yet. That is a big problem for Soin. He's at the red spot. Sacrificing buildings for more XP and more items. I don't think he's nowhere near ready. 120 just decided it's time to tear this base apart, and key ingredients are missing here for Soin as he has to accelerate, or had to accelerate so much and was trying to cut corners. No spikes. And ghouls just wreck orc bases if there's no spikes. The bat gets sniped, the burrows are falling, and the shop is gone as well. Hero focus. It has to be hero focus. The DK has no TP, no healing really. Bats are coming in. Backstab! Oh my god! The best Blade Master in the world is opening up that game for Soin once again. It is problematic that he doesn't have no shop. He's blocking out the Shadow Hunter. Heal Wave is clutch. We see a lot of misses thanks to the talisman. And Soin is able to save the heroes and take control of this fight. DK gotta be back from the tavern, I feel, otherwise these Wyvern are destroying everything! He feels comfortable enough to go toe-to-toe with the Lich. Gotta be careful to not lose his Blade Master to Nova, but the Nova was used on the Wyvern. The damage should still be crazy. Can he reach for a Hex? He doesn't have the mana. Blade Master Windwalk. Soin, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? He is completely tearing 1-0 apart! What the hell? The best Orc micro in the world! Soin, triple kill! Full wipe out of nowhere! GG! What? 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 One-2-0 got complacent! He thought he got this already! But comfortable situation for Soin. He knows I can compete in the fights, even with a bad early game. It is a similar situation to Soin's second best offline appearance, which was against Undead at Raraland. And what a different beast. Soin got some hype then in, what was it, 2021? But he was facing an Undead that was way better. And boy, oh boy, did he get demolished. Wait, did he get that? What? Last hits with Farseers are incredibly rare. And that disrupts the levels. No? He got... Where's the 0.2 experience come from? 0.1. The skeleton? This is... Acolyte, Acolyte. Okay, okay, okay. Thanks, chat. Chat saving the broadcast once again. Yeah, sorry. It's been a long weekend. It's all about contesting, so yeah, it's usually not allowed to get last hits with the Farseer. DK needs to be level 2, and then the pressure is on the Farseer. You can easily be surrounded, and this is what happened to Soin many, many, many times in that Raraland semifinal versus Happy. And 1-2-0 is like, he's just spamming ghouls nonstop. No barracks again. Going for Wyvern again. And I wouldn't be too surprised to see 1-2-0 working on Spirit Towers at the beginning of like mid-tier 3 tag, maybe earlier. Still little experience, and it's not even too much ship damage. Like, only damage on ghouls isn't enough. You send them back, they heal up over time. That ghoul rotation is very powerful, and you don't have to invest too much except a little bit of map presence. Usually, if you can't get the ghouls, you switch away to the DK, but it's only 60%. Like, it's not really that impactful. On the other side, Farseer took a lot of hits at a moment where you don't want to build a shop, you don't want to spend gold for clarity, you want to accelerate your push as fast as possible. So suboptimal position for Soin, you could say. And to leave no doubt here, WC3, Wyvern, clear. Again, 1-2-0 is in a tremendous position. But we said this before on map 1. And Soin showed that he finds the way back. This is a strength of the Shadowhunter. Hex creep manipulation. Somehow, when you're a rabbit, you forget where you live. And you take directions from strangers. And you really shouldn't do that. Because, you know, you can't trust the strangers. Especially when they're orcs. This takes a long time, though. This takes a long time. No interception by 1-2-0. This is the most defensive position you can probably have. Can't allow the burrow to get a last hit here. It's definitely tricky. Ooh, more creeps are being involved. No! Ah, the Farseer was out of range. I was looking at the Farseer XP. It's like, oh my god, he denied it again. But no, Shadowhunter got XP. So there's that. So now lots of creeping. And level 2 on. 1-0 on the other side. Going Lich second. Again. Slaughterhouse tier 3. Very clean. Not losing a step. Leveling up as well. You need strong Coil Novas. He gets so many claws again. Wait, where's Soin's item? Yeah, chat, you're right. Did he sell it already? Or did he forget to pick it up? Ah, that's one of the big consumables on the map. That is really unfortunate. He sold it? Scroll of the Beast. Wow, he sells the Scroll of the Beast. Really? Okay, maybe just needs to accelerate tier 3 and you have so many expenses on tier 3 that it's worth more. 1-0. We saw the base for a second. There was a Narup tower for sure. Love that he opens up the tree line far to the left. So the ghouls will see the Wyvern coming if he pays attention to the minimap. That is also a lot of space for the Wyvern. And we see that there is a Narup tower, but at the upper right. Now ghouls going to the other side, and Soin realizes, I'm gonna lose a bit if I engage. And then we have the classic Orc versus Undead. Oi, that was a bit sloppy. Allowing 2 ghoul kills. This is causing more distraction and more expenses than 1-0 thought, was hoping for. Where is the 1-0 that destroyed Happy and Lawlight? We haven't seen him once today. Soin decides it's not time for a TC, a potential TC, before he gets double level 3. And experience is obviously split. For 1-2-0, the main asset is Lich level 3. He's very close with a good Lich. This will be a lot of hero focus, so having a health stone and an invo potion is obviously amazing. Same can be said for the claws on the Farseer as well as the mana stone. Bat Riders will be part of the play, or should be part of the play, so defense upgrades are crucial too. Finds the creep jack, doesn't want to engage yet, rather they both take an expansion away from each other, I guess. Oh no, 1-2-0 wants to creep. Soin can TP out. If he decides it's not time to fight yet. Cut the item, crystal ball, not bad. And this is XP taken away. Lich not level 3, Alchemist not level 2, no chemical rage, orb on the DK of course, so he's able to attack air. And Soin, how well can you scale? And how much time can you give 1-2-0? How greedy can you creep? The single target damage output is pretty much unparalleled for Soin with all these Wyvern. But he's still playing a bit passive with level 3 heroes. And I love that he is playing early Raiders. Early Raiders is the key to stop Undead with mass, or who's playing against mass Wyvern. Because if you don't have these Raiders, you will be Coil Novad until the end of the game, and you're gonna lose units left and right and left and right. And you need that Raider to either absorb the nukes or pin down the heroes so they can't go for the Coil Nova. Double heal scroll against Nova Acid Bomb. Acid Bomb ticks you down over time. It's basically a hero's disease cloud if it hits. Double speed scroll as well. Soin is well equipped in the inventory. 50-50 food. 1201 defend upgrade, but not much more. Soin is buying time. He has 1800 gold. Oh, he's banking for so long. Getting upgrades in. 1800 gold. This is 3 tiny great halls. And this is exactly why I think you shouldn't give Soin Hammerfall. His movement on Hammerfall is damn good. But his army is in the main, and 120 knows this because he saw it, and now he's gotta defend. Oh, I just praised his movement, and now he's completely out of position. Ooh, boy. Shop going down again. How long can you defend with only Boros? It's not too many ghouls. It's only 2. It's 2 destroyers. This is not too powerful, but he maneuvered himself into a position where his heroes are getting trapped, buying lots and lots of time for the Wyvern to come home. I'm not scared of this 120 army, to be honest. Not at all. We're getting bats in. Such a patient play! The bats! Can he get the follow-up? First destroyer down. 45 food against 40. Heal wave coming in. That's the Coil Nova I was talking about. But with all the sustain here, Hags! He's doing it again, isn't he? DK kill for Soin! Oh, the patient play! Unreal! Now without the movement speed, he's just clicking on heroes. Sometimes Warcraft is so simple, but the Invo potion was ready. Can he take the bats out? Can he take the destroyers out? 120 is getting a little bit of momentum, but Soin, he had that gigantic bank of 1800 gold. Now what? Where's this fight going? DK needs to be back ASAP. He's intercepting. Hex! Oh my god! Double kill! Level 3 Alchemist leveling mad. 2 heroes so expensive. 120 is falling apart. Destroyers always 5 food. Here they go. Wyvern safe to the side. Acid Bomb is lethal, by the way, so maybe these Wyvern are still falling. Gotta be careful with these heroes, but there's no Coil Nova online. And what's an Undead without Coil Nova? It's nothing. More and more Wyvern are coming in. And Soin still has 400 gold left. That was the Mana Stone, wasn't it? It's still, weirdly enough, everybody's game, but probably not if that DK falls, who had a Help Stone and a TP. And Soin is getting so far ahead. I like that he's kind of disengaging. The statue is doing work now. You will be facing coils again. Oh, Alchemist. You need mana. Block doesn't work. A little bit of imperfection. There you go. Shouldn't fall into the trap that you think you're miles and miles ahead. Yeah, you need to recover. You need to recover, especially mana. Double kill. We've seen this before. It doesn't mean that this is over. But it means that Soin got absurd levels. 4646. Marv, thank you for the sub. Soin is so far ahead. Shouldn't fall into a trap of thinking he's far ahead. Shouldn't fall into a trap of thinking this is 100% his game now. Coil Nova can take care of 30 food Wyvern anytime. There is a tiny Great Hole coming. Second base is what wins you the game. Show your groin to support Soin. Great chant. Soin continues to play defensively. 5/5 heroes will be great. But we're not there yet. Heal scrolls again, clutch. We have Acid Bomb 2, Nova 2, Coil 2. That is potentially a lot of units falling to undead spells. This game is not secure yet. We're waiting for Bad Riders. For the first time in a long time, Soin has no gold no more. If he doesn't want to lose that tiny Great Hall, he has to engage. But he's waiting for reinforcements. Again, the patient play. Only engage when you have to engage. And that is seemingly now. No health stone no more. He used that before. The splits are okay. The Bad Riders are connecting. Raiders are coming in. Lich in trouble. 2/3 only. Wyvern still up. Gargoyles all gone. But 120 is cleaning this up nicely. Soin with a lot of losses. But here come the Raiders. Damage output is missing. He's going for the DK once again. Trying to force the town portal. Just hold on to that expo. Raiders falling now. Damage output by the Alchemist is pretty damn insane. And 120 is fighting back into this lower bracket with a very, very clutch push. But he couldn't break the expo. He got rid of a lot of army and is getting closer and closer to even better levels. Was the Tiny Great Hall not the play? I think Soin overcommitted on the left-hand side after the double kill. If he retreats earlier, he can get that tiny earlier and get mana back earlier. And it's not losing 2, 3, 4 Wyvern. There, he got a bit greedy, which is understandable because you just killed 2 heroes. He has to give up that tiny. Ooh, that's heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. And are the undead hero levels taken over now? Dark being killed. Raiders coming in. No pillage yet. Shadowhunter, Farseer both close to 5. That expo was a little bit of a waste. 120 with level 2 Unholy Aura back in no time. Soin has no lumber, no gold. And no TP. He does have a speed scroll, but one was dispelled. And that's where you want to pin down the heroes. Are we engaging? Oh, that's not great. The Wyvern weren't even part of this fight. There's no bats here. I feel like this is a lot of desperation for Soin. And if he loses that series at some moment later on, maybe, he will kick himself for not winning Hammerfall. 120 is far ahead, and that is the power of Coil Nova. 120 showing mental fortitude. I think the production already had the 2-0 on the broadcast. Destroyers might still be falling here. 2 of them are very, very hurt, but that won't edge him the victory. Soin! That was your moment. That was your chance for a huge 2-0 in the lower bracket final. But 120 with a lot of experience in this tier 1 situations can rely on Coil Nova Alchemist and realize that Soin overstepped in the middle. And as we said before, usually the first map of a series is 120's worst. That carried over a little bit into the first half of map 2. But then the late game was very consistent. Barely any mistakes anymore. After his heroes got killed. Maybe that was the wake-up call. DK Lich loss. Late Mastered is opening up with Windwalk. Springtime is a map that is becoming more and more like this, gaining more and more traction. It's been in the pool for a long time, but finally people are embracing it in tournaments as well. Not too often in Asian tournaments just yet. Maybe a bit of an advantage for Soin playing this at Rara Land as well. So same game as game 1. You try to disrupt the DK, try to steal last hits. And with the Blade Master, it should on paper be easier to steal last hits. If you can't get last hits, try to pressure the DK, try to hurt these ghouls. Good by 120 to make that early investment into Dust. Limited amount, of course. It's a consumable, only 2 charges, 75 gold. This does delay your attack. Coil misses! Already a little bit more successful than game 1 was. And Soin is banking on early success here. I'm always looking at the inventory of 120 because this game, this strategy gets his real first unit on the way to tier 3. Can you not tower rush? Ooh, missed the last hit a little bit. Was an opportunity, but there's also a lot of stuff on the ground to click on. Barely any surface area. Didn't get that as well. 2.4 DK. Pretty good. TV, thank you for the sub. Was he not healing in Windwalk? Now he is, but that is outside of Windwalk. Not ideal. This coil hits, and 120 is playing better and better. Gets the second claw. This is so many claws this series for 120. Unbelievable. And instead of like tower rushing into the main, 120 again is eating the map when it comes to creep camps and experience. Take the easy camps away. Don't waste that much time. And of course, scout what the opponent is doing, and it is again Wyvern. It is against Shadowhunter. Soin got 1 ghoul. Not much more. But here's the Shadowhunter that is supposed to save the day with that Hex. We've seen it in both games, how impactful that SH is. He also opened up the tier 2 by creep manipulation. That is definitely possible. And it is another ghoul down. Make it 3 in total. He did get healed selves as well. So after the skirmish is over, there's some healing available. A little bit problematic is that Soin allowed 120 for level 3. 4 ghouls? Not bad. Level 3 is a problem. Now we pull back. The early pressure by Soin is off. And now it's Wyvern creeping time. The fastest tier 3 that Orc possibly has. Lumber is a little low by 120. 6 ghouls remaining after the tech slaughterhouse. And he's going Fiends! Really? Against the Blade Master Wyvern. I always feel this is problematic. This is a Twitch chat strategy. But it is 120. He always has different ideas. I think Fiends can be countered way too easily by Blade Master, Critical Mass Wyvern, who at some point one-shot them, and also especially by a TP. Ooh, that blade. Needs a little sword dance to stay alive. Heal wave online, Wyvern, accelerate. Soin will be at 40 food for a bit. PTMX, thank you for the sub. Kind of mana stealing can be fantastic to take a coil away. We got Rune Bracers! Oh, wow! Blade Master or Shadowhunter respectively. Rune Bracers. So much damage mitigation against the key point of the undead strategy, and that is Hero Nuke. Creepcraft 3. Nobody is really satisfied. Man, imagine a creep deck here. Phew, Katka's Pipe. Sweet for the Shadow Hunter. Not great for anything else. Eugene, thank you for the sub. Level 3 online. Lich still has some work to do. We get the range attacks in with the flute. Big invul on Soin as well. The flyby is coming. He has no TP. Okay, we just storm into the base. This is so risky, but 120 doesn't have a TP either. Did Soin scout this? He must have. But yeah, you need to get out of there before Coil Nova is here, but Coil Nova is far away. Lich is level 3 and we get Pit Lord. Howl versus Wyvern Blade. There is no Dispel. There is no Mirror Image. This is 30% damage mitigation on everything the Pit Lord hits. We also got Frost Armor against the hero focus. This Pit Lord can work. 120 has showed this before and it looked terrific. Of course, the Cleave doesn't shine. But Pit Lord, Howl of Terror, one of the best level 1 spells in the game. Doesn't scale well, but on level 1 the impact is clearly noticeable. So he's taking a lot of damage away from Soin, who still doesn't have a TP and an exposed base. Certainly a little bit of a slower push by 120 this time. Soin, not the 1800 gold bank that we've seen before. He's taking so much time. He's going up to 56. The supply lead is again pretty damn real. Are we losing a Bad Rider to creeps again? No. That was a Tide Hunter special. Captain America helmet. Fantastic for the blade. How much time do you got? 120 is grinding his teeth at the shop, at the burrow. This is very reminiscent of Tide Hunters, with the difference that 120 is pulling back, saying, okay, you're not coming. I'm not forcing you off the map. I'm just creeping. And now this is basically a carbon copy of what Soin did to Happy in their B-Cup series, when Happy was also mega aggressive and Soin just never responded. Soin just went from camp to camp. And he's also dodging the 120 attacks and is now finding the trail and the creep tag, and 120 has no TP either. He will commit. And now we'll see if the Wyvern are the solution. He sees the Pit Lord, he sees the damage. Heal Wave coming up. It is a Claws +8. Of course it is. Nova's massive speed scroll engagement. Destroyer not falling. Good micro. Web is coming in, but only so few of them. Soin has a supply lead, gunning for the heroes. One more time. Wyvern are falling. Nova's massive. Invo potion ready. Oh, Soin, you're losing more and more units here. More and more HP. Coil on the Lich. That one safe. Kodos are coming in as well. They devoured 2 fiends. Crazy. SH! Invo potion at the ready. And now he needed that crit. He needed that coil. 120 saving the Lich, the big damage dealer. More and more coils available. The army by Soin is way more maneuverable, of course. They are flying. Shadow Hunter, careful. Can't allow 120 to get close. This will cost a couple of units. Maybe he can free a Kodo even. Kingdom for a heal wave, not available. And that Kodo is in for a block, potentially. Could kill that Kodo with a coil. Now the big question, how fast can you recover in mana and in HP? This time, Soin not overcommitting, not forcing the issue, knowing that he is reliant on that heal wave, on that hex, and is going for it. Now we're close to level 4 on the Blade Master, and that can be a change of pace. This can be a Tome of Retraining, move into Mirror Image, and we go from there. That Lich is +23, by the way. No, more. More. With that flute, it's even more. Wait. It's 4 Acolytes! It's 4 Acolytes! How long? How long is that the case? Oh my god! Soin is getting further and further ahead. A gift from 120. This is unacceptable. And then, of course, the recovery is a lot easier for Soin than it is for 120. Pulling through. These fiends are just suffering. I don't really see the impact of the Pit Lord just yet, to be honest. The heroes aren't falling, so maybe there's that. We go Banshees now. Curse, double damage mitigation is great. Anti-magic shell is actually great against poison. One to zero has to realize. How much gold is this? Dude, if 120 wins with 4 acolytes, imagine. Imagine. Inventory is looking good. Raider and Snare. For more control, more hero focus potentially. Soin is not banking, not spending much time in no upkeep. Rockefeller fails, thank you very much for the sub. So Soin is paying 30% upkeep. 120 is already paying 20% by not having this acolyte. Trey Hardy, thank you very much for the sub. Get heal scrolls. The Blade Master inventory is getting better, especially tanky. That Helm of Valor is sensational. Wyvern 120, very, very careful. There's not much to do on the map anymore. Rune Brace is gone, by the way. Good call, chat. Yeah, focus could be on the Shadow Hunter. There's no Invo potion. That worries me a little for Soin. But he still does it. 4 acolytes still. I can't let this go. There's a lot of time now. So what are you doing with that time? Upgrades on 120. Burrow is ready. Tiny Great Hall. One could say that cost him the game on Hammerfall. Acolyte. Acolyte coming. He knows. I think this was 8 minutes? 9 minutes? That was so much gold. We got a Blade Master. Ooh, with an orb. And you know, there's an iron rule in Warcraft. Whenever an orb of lightning is attacking a statue, it procs either on the first or second hit. It's always been that way. And he morphed the Destroyer for more resource, and then he lost the Destroyer for nothing. That hurt. And the left-hand side is open now. Soin for the first time in a while, looking for aggression. He got a speed scroll, no TP. Trying to do some damage, but he sees 120 is coming. Blade Master to the south. Shadow Hunter Wyvern to the north. And now we're both in upkeep. Blade Master in the back, sniping the Banshees. Can't reach for the coil, can he? No. The Blade Master, it's hard to see, but I don't think he has curse on him. That entire Banshee transition is very fragile now, having only one of them. But speed scroll, disengagement, he's trying to snack the Kodo. There was no Devour, but still, you want that backup Kodo to always, always, always have that 10-20% command or up. It is a kill eventually, but on the cost of mana. It was on purpose. If he builds an Acolyte, he would go into upkeep. Could kill a Ghoul, though. Next snipe. Soin's playing a fantastic Blade Master. We don't have a Shade, by the way. Which is something that Happy would always do, and that would add incredible value to 1-2-0. But it also costs quite a bit. 1-2-0 knows there's an expansion up. There was way too much time. Way too much time. And Soin is distracting so well. He was scouting as well. He knows where the undead army is, trying to shark around. Banshees, statues, always up for grabs. Game of chicken now. No TP on either side. It's all time for that expo. 80 food. Not the craziest upgrades. We completely miss attack upgrades. Against all that damage mitigation. Well, to be fair, attack upgrades lead to more damage mitigation, but also lead to more damage, so it's a paradoxon. Now 1-2-0 identified this. No Tinker, Clockwork, normal damage, anything. Straight up. And 1-2-0 has a TP, trying to brute force, but with only fiends, there's not much brute and there's not much force. We have a Kodo snacking, massive Nova. Pitlord needs the Howl very soon to diminish the damage, and this is what happens to fiends when they're up against an army like this. Blade Master level 5, he's cursed. Miss, miss, miss. The fiends are falling in seconds regardless, but also the Wyvern. We do have Howl on them. I wonder for how long, and if you should add Spirit Walkers. But 1-2-0, what are you supposed to do with this army? It's basically only the heroes fighting. Wyvern over the forest, getting a little bit of traction. Nice dispel against the Howl. That was very well played to save the Destroyer. And another Wyvern is falling. Very fragile. And Soin losing a lot of Wyvern and 1-2-0 losing a lot of Fiends. We meet each other on 50-50 food, but with the difference that one player has an expansion and income and the other has not. Now, it's like the other side of the coin, right? He only had 4 Acolytes, so he saved gold to be able to mine like maybe 2 minutes longer. This level 5 Blade Master is incredible. But with Curse, not so much. Shocking again. Ooh. Skeletons moving towards the expo. I wonder if that's repaired. Katga's Pipe, a godsend now. Level 3 heal wave would be the dream. Shadowhunter Wyvern seem to be a bit out of position. 1-2-0 has still all the chances in the world to win this. He's pulling the ghouls. He knows he needs to crack this base, and he's catching the DK with the pants down. Invo potion early. Howl, fantastic. The damage mitigation is great, but is it enough? Soin is back at 60. The Destroyer, this time he needed that one, is gone. No dispel against the Hex, but is there Hex even? Level 5 SH on the run! Needs the heal self. The ghouls are chasing. They're super fast. Hex, Nova, kill! 1-2-0 on the warpath, but so is the blade! First hero down! Level 6! Soin fighting! No more healing! Uh-oh, this is not looking good. 204 critical strike! GG! Bloodbath in the north, 1-2-0 with an all-in, and Soin struggles a little bit with the Shadowhunter out, but he also got so much attention on that hero, and then he turns it around, even with the SH, even without Hex, with the crit in the right moment, with 204 damage against the DK, and GG. Soin, of all people, Soin is one map away from the grand final of the Dubai LAN. And Soin, he came up with this greedy Blade Master build. It was only him. Nobody else played it that way. Lin tried every possible strat except this one. And this strategy has destroyed Happy 4 times. And this strategy is now destroying 1-2-0 2 times. But yes, definitely a different opening. We have an undead expansion on Twisted Meadows. Rare to see that. Only on Twisted, sometimes on Lost Temple. And the Blade Master has to identify this, creeping up a little, let the region scroll self run for him. Can he kill the Acolyte before 120 has lumber? That is the question. So far, we snipe items similar to what we did on Knollwood back in the day. The OG Warcraft people remember. Sting did that a lot. The OG Warcraft people remember. Slippers, circlet, nice. Soin doesn't seem too interested in this expansion. He knows he's gonna have a huge tech advantage and can then go for Wyvern again. Nocturna TV, thank you for the sub.
Армию игрока атакуют.
Double slippers. Promising. Promising. How do you buy time? Dubai. As 120 so the Wyvern don't wreck you. Triple slippers! Who wears 3 pairs of socks? And a mantle and a circlet. Fancy, fancy Soin.
Город в осаде.
It is a really interesting approach to not slow 120 down at all. I really hope he knows what's up. He must. Sees the tech now, doesn't know how long it's lasting. This is a fast tech by 120, 5-minute mark. And with, yeah, okay, he's getting that confirmed. I wonder, did he know this before? Expo's up and running. Soin loves a little bit of lame with the Wyvern. And this is an invite to Wyvern lame. If you are able to position Bat Rider Wyvern in between Expo and main, you can just pendulum attack back and forth as long as there are not too many towers. And there's no solution really to these plays except maybe... Oh, good body blocks. Look at him go. There is Windwalk, so he can dodge out of surrounds. The Shadow Hunter, he might be able to pop out of the surround. And then Wyvern are coming, can dictate the game a little more. And I guess just tier... Oh, the calls are better this game. Just tier 3 expand. He doesn't have the greatest bank though. And no items to sell. That was a sweet solution by 120 to the Shadow Hunter Blade combo. Gets ghouls now. There is no anti-air. There is no anti-air at the moment. Soin is investing a lot. Wyvern. Poison Spear. And 120, like, he'll have a lot of expenses when it comes to towers. Like, he cannot afford to allow the Pendulum Wyvern attack. So at this stage, do you hope for bad items that you can sell to afford the tiny? Lots of fiends again. Can you outmass the Wyvern? Raiders already. Okay. Tiny is up. Sold the belt. And that financed the expansion. Expo for 120 is running for a long time now. I really think the scout was a bit off. Ring of Regen, nice for a roaming Blade Master. That will probably be the play. Creepcraft 3. 120, no aggression, there's no reason to. The entire momentum of this game is shifted. You don't have to break an orc early. You can rely on your expansion. Red spot creep. Big mana pendant for the Shadowhunter. That is so much healing. And if you drop that pendant and use a clarity, that is an absurd amount of regen bonus. As the clarity will heal faster. Or will regen faster. If you drop the pendant, then pick it up. Flute for the Wyvern as well. One to 0 is going Banshees early, prior to tier 3 already. Number for Soin is low, could go for a Shredder. Expo up, 1 to 0 seems to have a pretty good idea. Eyes on the prize for Soin. He used his expansion as a decoy to be able to creep more, plenty of times before. And 1 to 0 I feel like is not really effective currently. He's not taking big camps, he's not getting big items. It's the second red spot easily. Another pendant! Are you kidding me? This Shadowhunter, how is he ever supposed to run out of mana? He can only not cast when he's dead. Oh, this is the dream. 1 to 0. I really think 1 to 0 is too passive. He's not on tier 3. He doesn't want to do too much. But he'll be caught now. Both have a TP. Lich is not level 3 yet. And we go for the base. There are towers. There are spirit towers. Let's see how he does that. We got the raiders for the siege damage. Is 1 to 0 with the counter attack. Game of chicken. Peons can't hide. 1 to 0 answering the call. He's trying to get out of there with the speed scroll. Blade Master in the shadows. The rest is flying away. More efficient for Soin. He has a lower army now. Portals away. Doesn't want to be caught. Kind of unnecessary. Trying to get an exit. We have a Dark Ranger, by the way. Oh, ghouls were ravaging and being caught. Nice. 1 to 0 sent the ghouls to the lumber so they count as workers. And ghouls are not affected by the town portal if they're workers. So Peon suffered, but all the ghouls dead as well is more experience. And we're getting close to level 4 on that SH. Did that? It's 3 peons dead. But with that TP to the Expo to react to the ghouls, you can also go for the lab, which is another big item. But 1 to 0 pushing again. Now he has lower supply. He is also supply blocked. Oh, so when you're getting closer and closer to your first offline grand final. More HP on the blade. Can never hurt against undead, especially backstab. No TP anywhere. No heal scroll on 1 to 0. Silence is kinda nice, but that Shadowhunter, he needs mana. He got the pendants, but he doesn't have the mana. He used it all before. Maybe 1 to 0's decision making was the right one. We go Hex, but there's so much slow love that Frost Armor on 1 to 0's side alongside the Curse, which is up because there's no mirror image and he can't disjoint them. Massive losses on Soin. 1,000 gold. The mana management for once was a little bit off, and 1 to 0 striking with the iron is hot. The chance for game 5, all of a sudden it's there. And Soin is creeping. Skeletons. Ghouls still putting pressure on the Expo. Now we got the clarity. Now we got a lot of Shadow Hunter to work with. But is that too little? Is that too late? It is. It absolutely is. Town Portal was bought. Only a statue. I think you sell a Pendant of Energy and go... Oh, wow! 2-3 gift! That is quite some losses here, my friend. That's a lot of losses, actually. The Lich! The DK! Oh my god. What the hell happened here? The Blade Master, can he clean this up? Alone? With the Shadow Hunter in his back? I don't know, dude. The DK still has a lot of mana, but what about the Lich? What is this army without Frost Armor? Wyvern are still falling quickly, but there's a very limited amount of web available. Blade Master, Shadow Hunter, and a Dream. Blade Master, Shadow Hunter, and a Dream. 228 crit. This is still possible for Soin with all that mana and a couple of Ensnares. But 1-2-0 seems to be in full control. He can get out with the TP. Does have the Invo potion that he can pass. Doesn't need much mana for the Frost Armor. And the Burrow is good. The Burrows are really, really, really good. Whew, Destroyer Morph. This time it works, unlike Springtime. Still gets the Destroyer anyway. That Shadow Hunter is never running out of mana, is he? That's crazy. And Soin doesn't look too satisfied. But when there's a Blade, there's a Dream. Got a Claw, actually, lol. Once more kills. Wants to get 1-0 off of his side of the map. 1-0 would have the chance. No, careful to expand a lot more, but maybe he doesn't need that. Hex. Silence a bit too late. Can't use Heal Wave right now. Yes, there's still so much Heal Wave, but doesn't use it. And without the Blade Master, it's gone. GG. With that expansion play, 1-0 is able to tie this up, and the Chinese Grand Final is still possible. Both players are winning their respective map picks. And 1-0's expansion wasn't pressured enough. Maybe was even scouted a little too late. And that Blade and these items weren't really able to do too much. 1-0 and Soin are playing on par today. Map 3 was a bit of a gift, with that Acolyte missing for a long time. Map 2 was a little bit of a gift for Soin. From Soin. If he loses this map, Soin, he will think back to Hammerfall for a long, long, long time. He could be the one to eliminate a Chinese player. The story that we had at Rara and here at Dubai, and nobody is able to do it. Blade needs to find targets. And 1-0 ideally wants to evasion creep, and that was the case. He's not going to the left-hand side to the orange, but rather to the green to have a safe start. And he gets one of the best items possible, I think, with that Cloak of Shadows. Can always hide from that Blade in case of danger.
Армию игрока атакуют.
And he steals. Any delay on level 2 would be massive, but that's not the case. Coil misses Blade, not a long sword. And even that, with the crit or backstab, didn't necessarily work. Love the investment into the Shade. It is working. Hey Heron, thank you for the sub. You missed monumental Warcraft series here this tournament. On this map, there is a unique feature, and that is a Fountain of Health. Especially with the Blade Master, when you can hide in Windwalk and heal up. Well, if you want to heal as a non-invisible unit, this can always be healed up. Woken up, and then you don't heal, but take damage. Soin already at 1,000 gold. Shadowhunter tech invested, and the harass continues. He gave 1-0 level 3 on maps before, so this is not a huge issue. 120 should have in the cards that the Shadow Hunter is going for the red spot. Oh, that coil misses. Bit of momentum for Soin to be found, especially if he gets that last hit. A little too early. Lumber used now. Now we can heal. That's what we're talking about.
Армию игрока атакуют.
And Wyvern are coming. Wyvern can creep this map like crazy. 120 is only taking very, very, very small camps. He doesn't want to give Soin the chance to steal anything big. Doesn't want to lose too much HP. Tier 2. Ooh. Wait, he can't go Lich. What the hell is this? He has a ghoul too much. He's supply blocked because he has a ghoul too much and he can't go for a Lich. That is quite a delay playing around the DK. This gives him a lot more lumber, of course. And yeah, this was to be expected. And 120 is playing nicely around it. Shadow Hunter is out. Ooh, being surrounded immediately. There is mana. Needs to pop that Shadow Hunter out. And he does. Is he safe though? There's a level 2 coil. Maybe even 2. No heal wave available. You need a clutch coil to prevent... a clutch hex to prevent that coil. First Wyvern is coming. Rescue from the heavens. Throwing the spears. And of course more and more Wyvern are coming in. And now they clean up. Lich late. But that red spot interception was exactly what 120 wanted. And this is exactly what needed to happen. And he continues to scout for this, but maybe he's messing this up a bit. The ogre pull. Yeah, he didn't see it. I think he saw the movement again, but there's nothing he can do about it anymore. At least he got the delay. But Soin is still getting the red spot. And he had some tremendous items before. Helm of Valor. Katka's Pipe. We've seen this. Oh, peons, don't deny. Don't deny. 1.1 SH. Yeah, he's making damn sure that these mistakes not happen. More strength and more intelligence on the Shadow Hunter is not bad. What is 120 doing in the meantime? Going for the Lich. He has that now. Claw transferred. Went of Mana Stealing. Nice. Tier 3 on the way. Is it Dark Ranger? Is it Pit Lord? What's it gonna be? Tier 3 online. Is Soin making enough progress for this to work? He can still snipe the fountains relatively easy if 120 doesn't contest this. 120 gets experience in the middle, but the item is gone. Like, oh damn, I missed that step. He outplayed me a little. He stays in close proximity to the red spot, but do you want to engage into Mass Wyvern on a fountain? One 2-0 is going for the push again. How fast can you take out the dragon? This will take some time. We have no TP. And here comes the push. Without destroyers, but the burrow is far up front. Cannot squeeze out another wyvern at the moment. But we've seen this before. Reinforced defenses coming in now, but it's only helping much against destroyers. We have an alchemist once again. No pit lord, no dark ranger. And the burrow holds. The shop does not. Reward for the dragon is still not up. And the push stays alive. Here we go. Vamp aura. Kinda useless except on the blade. Burrow down, shop down. 120 is getting much more done. Is this an 8-minute 30 timing that finally hits the target? That is finally disrupting Soin? He tried that and it didn't work. And now Soin didn't creep the entire map. He crept the red in the middle. He crept the red on the left-hand side. Bad Riders are coming in. Level 3 Blade Master needs to go crit, I feel. Otherwise, he's just missing the damage. Lich in trouble. Soin's fights have been stellar. He needs that, more of that crit. And he might be dead, but the Hex doesn't last long enough. Needs a connection now, but Frost Armor is online. Everything is slowed. Speed scroll doesn't help that much. Oh, there's no coil. Crit! Coil is up at the ready. So close. This game might be decided by these nuanced split seconds. Destroyers are falling. Soin and 120 both are losing tons. 1200 value on the one side, 1200 value on the other side. Blade Master still has damage. Shadowhunter gotta be careful. Has a heal wave. Needs that soon. Wyvern still in the fight. Taking care of the ghouls to own the ground. New statue by 120 has to work on the mana, especially on that Lich. Nobody can miss a step in production right now. You need reinforcements instantly. No TP, no Invo Potion. This is a scary, scary moment in this series, but where is the punch for Soin if the Wyvern are being taken care of? Coil Nova, not on the Shadowhunter anymore. It's all on the Wyvern. With the minus armor, with a double minus armor, it is working tremendously and the Blade can't stem against that. Still an even game. Level 3 air stage, kinda nice. And the long range coil for yet another kill. Is that the moment where 120 is storming into the grand final? Was that too much? No lumber, no gold, no shop. If there's one more crit, if there's one last coil, that might be the win. Soin is in massive, massive problems. He can't get up to 50 anymore. The burrow was not rebuilt during that fight. And now 120 with the guard, with an easy dragon. He did a tremendous job creeping while his base was under attack and holding and diminishing the damage. But here 120 found the opening and did structural damage. And that is, till now, kneecapping Soin. He fought his way into the winner bracket with these tremendous fights. He needs 2 more. And he also needs that, but he didn't go crit 2. That is very surprising to me. He has an orb up now. No chance for a tiny, of course, in this game. And it's the classic Coil Nova action when you don't have the Raiders. It's all in the hands of a Blade Master now, but without crit 2. This is miserable. No chance for a tiny. Is there even a chance for recovery? 120 when it mattered most. When it mattered most. He showed the grand game. Devotion Aura diminishes the effect of Bat Riders. Shadowhunter all by himself for a second. Frost Armor on the Gargs is nice. And now 120 asserting dominance. Like, this is your natural. I'm gonna take that. Wyvern trying to fly home, but seriously, Soin, you need a miracle. You need the Saint Sword with millions of crits and level 4, but 120 is not giving units away anymore. New Wyvern are coming in. Mana is not even an issue. Coils are not even being forced because the damage is just too low. Desperation. Switching targets from one hero to the next. Trying to swap in a little bit of damage, but Wyvern, you need them with 7, 8, 9 Wyvern. And this is not the case here. Invo Potion at the ready. Now everything clicks. It's a tunnel vision for 120. He ain't letting that game go anymore, it feels like. The supply is evening out and the saves were really good. And with the help of the fountain, maybe he can assert another 50 food army. But this is more experience that Soin desperately needs. 4-3-2. He got the crit 2 now. At the green. He has a chance to go for the expansion bottom right. But this game, 120 is Richie Rich. Unlike any other game this series. where Soin was clearly ahead in economy. They'll both stay in no upkeep. Worth mentioning, we have 5 acolytes. We also have a shade up, so the vision is scouted, and 120 going for the throat. He wants the grand final right here, right now. No TP. A very hurt Blade Master. Nice escape over the forest, but can the Shadow Hunter escape? That's the next big question. Coil Nova ends the path of Soin in this tournament. If he's not super lucky and takes out the heroes, there is no chance. There is no healing, no disable. He's trying hard. The hero kills were usually on his side, but not when it mattered most. He's going for the DK. There should be another Frost Armor very soon. He's saving the Wyvern to the fountain once again. Kodo a little bit late. But this Blade Master is all by himself. Keeps the Kodo in range to boost the damage a little bit. Takes out another Wyvern, though he has to get them in half health. This is a gift for the Lich. It is a gift for the Alchemist. And such a long time. 90 seconds till the Shadow Hunter comes back into the fight. And now a massive lead for 120. You can't kill the Chinese players on LAN. Seemingly remaining true. Even though it looked a bit grim. And this was probably not 120's best. Soin felt a bit exhausted. Look at the body language, shaking his head. Esports head tilt. He is trying though. As long as the Blade Master is on the battlefield, there might be a moment, but also 120 playing it safe. When you're ahead, get further ahead. There is dodge, there is extra armor, there's more HP on the Lich. He is so safe when it comes to hero focus. Got a mana potion, got an invul potion, and he scouts the inventory now. Like, where is my angle? Where can I attack? What can I kill? And I don't think there is an answer. The Cinderella story of Soin. 120 was a level too high. Now the shop is gone. At least the clarity is running for a second. Got heal selves for a second. You need the hailest of Marys. Otherwise, it's all over. Alchemist has a lot of HP, very little armor, but should be fine still. With the Devotion Aura, that flaw is evened out as well. He's thinking, he's scouting, what can I do? Couple of range attacks. Whenever he's flying in, there's a Coil Nova waiting for him. Trying to split the Wyvern a little bit. Stressful, but okay. The statues, of course, are regenning against it, and without raiders, it is so hard to control this fight. Needs to hope for some purges. Crits, Hex! Here goes the Alchemist! Is that his sliver of hope for Soin? He's getting punished for that on the Wyvern. Shadow Hunter, no mana, and of course the shop is gone, so that was the one attack. And 120 is expanding behind it. It's not like Soin is getting far, far ahead now. He gave the invul potion to the Alchemist. Is that an opening? Things clicked for Soin, but 120 is so rich, he barely has any expenses, and he can just get the Alchemist back from the tavern. Desperate. Hopeless. But he's not going down without a fight, Soin. Coil Nova on the blade. If the blade falls, Soin falls. And we're getting really, really, really close. It's once again the one target is the Alchemist. Was a DK for a second, but the damage is too much. No more. No more Soin. No more Koreans. GG. Good luck. Your grand final is 120 versus Fortitude. The Chinese are doing it again and have the grand final for themselves. Soin, it was a miraculous run. The tourism can start, finally. Nobody expected him to even make it around further. He eliminated Sock, Lawlion, and Starbuck back to back to back. But maybe it was exhaustion. Maybe 1-2-0 read him a little too well. But in the end, the Necromancer remains. And he goes into the rematch of the winner bracket final.